As we indicated, Barnett is back in, giving Frazier his first rest. There he is, number 12. Chamberlain comes out to guard Barnett on a switch. And the hook shot. And the Tennessee State star.
Welcome back as we continue with the MSG 150 at Home presented by Chase. Bill and Alan now joined by Dr. Dick Barnett. Dr. Barnett, it's so great to see you. We just began the segment with a clip of you scoring in Game 7 of the 1970 NBA Finals against the Lakers. You guys, of course, won that game to win the Knicks' first ever championship. You scored 21 points in that game. The anniversary, May 8th, 1970, hard to believe, is 50 years ago tomorrow. When you think back to that, what do you think about?
Well, obviously, it was a great accomplishment being the first team to win a NBA championship with the New York Knicks. So obviously, it was a great accomplishment.
I have to ask you, when we talk about championship teams, we always focus on the year they won, but championship teams are often built over time. And you were one of those important pieces when the Knicks traded for you in 1965 to get that foundation set. Can you talk about what that experience was like, getting traded to the Knicks from LA, the team you ended up beating in the championship, and being there before anybody even thought the Knicks had a chance to win a title?
Well, I was happy to get traded to the New York Knickerbockers after leaving the Los Angeles Lakers. It was a combination rejoining Red Holzman. He had scouted me at Tennessee State a number of years ago, and joining the New York Knicks and Red Holzman. It was a combination of veterans and youth, and we thought we had the possibility of potentially a championship team at that time. Once some other trades were consummated, particularly with Dave DeBusschere joining the New York Knicks.
So, Dr. Barnett, you tore your Achilles tendon in 1967. Why was that such an important moment in your life?
Obviously, that was a important wake-up call because I didn't take college very seriously. I took it seriously as an athlete, honing my skills, but I was very negligent in terms of my academics. I left Tennessee State without a degree, and as the #1 draft choice in the NBA, I played 6 or 7 years and never finished school. Once I ruptured my Achilles tendon, and when the doctor came in and said, Dick Barnett, you might not play any more professional basketball, that was a sincere wake-up call for me to go back to school and get ready for the future. And that's how I became Dr. Barnett. I went back to Cal Poly, Tennessee State, and Cal Poly got my bachelor's degree. I went on to New York University and received my master's degree in public administration, and went on to Fordham University to receive my doctorate degree in education. And I've been working in education, talking to young people about education and dreams and the limitless dimensions of human possibilities.
You spent many years teaching at St. John's as well. And I know, as you've just mentioned, education is really a big part of what you do now in your life. And can only imagine, as we're doing this, trying to figure out how to work Zoom and talk to people this way. There are teachers, including my wife, who's teaching this way, Dr. Barnett, with her students.
Well, I'm going to be teaching this way. I have just started. We're in the embryonic stages of putting Dr. Richard Barnett Foundation together, which is going to be dealing with young people, sports, business, education, and technology. I'm going to be doing a number of teaching in the classroom coming in the coming year.
Dr. Barnett, in the early 60s, you actually played in the ABL for a team owned by George Steinbrenner. What was that like?
Well, obviously, it was a revelation. I had a chance to meet George, and that was his first, as I understand it, his first entree into professional sports. He was trying to get a franchise in the NBA, and obviously he was refused. So he started the ABL, the American Basketball League. I left Syracuse Nationals to join the Cleveland Pipers, and we won the ABL championship before the league folded. And George, when obviously I had a long-lasting relationship with George Steinbrenner when he went on to purchase the New York Yankees and become successful in New York City.
Well, it's amazing to think that George Steinbrenner and yourself also started this championship run all those years ago. But something a lot of the newer generation of Knicks fans and NBA fans might not remember is we talk about Clyde and Walt Frazier having his style. You had a very unique style yourself as well. And the fallback baby is something that is also in the lexicon of basketball forever. Can you just talk about maybe Clyde took a little bit from your style?
Well, I don't know. He had his own personal style, and you know, each person had their own individual style. Obviously, that was derived from the playgrounds in Gary, Indiana. Fallback baby on the black tops of the playgrounds. During my years of maturation during that period of time.
Dr. Barnett, what made those Knicks teams of the 70s so special?
Cooperation and understanding that, and the leadership, of course, of Red Hosman. We knew that we were more effective and work-based, working together, and with the individual talents that we had, particularly with Willis and Bradley, DeBusschere, Clyde, and myself, and those important substitutes that were coming off the bench, Kasich and Nate Bowman, Mike Reardon, a number of issues.
All right, Dr. Barnett, we'll leave it there. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck, best of health, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, yeah, it's a pleasure being with you.
All right, Dr. Dick Barnett. His number, of course, is in the rafters at MSG. Coming up, we're going to take a look at all of those former Knicks who have their numbers in the rafters. That's coming up. There's also a comparison to any current teams, perhaps, that relate to how the Knicks played back during the championship era. We'll do all that when we come back on the MSG 150 at Home, presented by Chase.